Hello, and welcome back to Cyberpunk is Dead, our little actual play campaign of the said game. I'm Petri, I'm your corporate for the evening, and also the writer of the system at hand. Let's go in a clockwise direction from me, so that would be Andu next.
Hi, I'm Andu. I'm playing Bravo. RPG and VR enthusiasts, as you see.
And then it's Chris.
Hey, my name's Chris. When I'm not playing the muscle in Cyberpunk is Dead, I occasionally write some not Cyberpunk rather, but RPG stuff. Maybe there's a bit of Cyberpunk in there as well. RPG stuff.
Yep.
Glad to be here.
And below me is Annina.
Hi, I'm Annina Kaski. I'm an actor and writer and also a RPG enthusiast. When I'm not here, I also do a D&D actual play show called Bardic Quest. So check that out. I am Requiem 13.
Yeah, and links to the relevant places of people will be in the links somewhere below us. Okay, so the full gang is back together again, sort of. We've had a couple of games where we've had a limited number of players. Now we have everyone. So to quickly recap where we are standing, the corporate crew working for Murha Corporation's middle-level management person, Mikael Starr, has been assigned by the algorithm and their boss to investigate a potential or probable threat against the well-being of said Mikael Starr. And they have so far narrowed down the most obvious lead away from the investigation by eliminating them. This was the former aide of Mr. Starr, and now the two paths of inquiry are either internal or external threat, in a vague sense that there is already some idea what those threats might be, but there wasn't a person to start with, so to say. In the previous game, the characters of Nova and Requiem. Let's actually switch to now we have your character names visible. So Nova and Requiem did some virtual digging and found out a lot about the potential internal threat, while Bravo 3 was doing legwork and possibly finding something out about the external threat. We'll get back to that in a moment. But it is an quite cold evening in Dawn City. The colors of the day, the shining sunlight from the glass, has slowly faded into the neon signs of the night. And out from Murha Corporation's hospital are walking two people, Nova and Sebastian. What does Nova look like?
Nova has naturally dark hair, which is sort of silver in the front. And he's a tall, lanky sort of fellow, very, very kind of like toned more than super muscular.
Yeah, and with Nova is Sebastian, who is, well, he looks like the person who has let themselves go a bit. That's the most defining feature about Sebastian at the moment. Sebastian is talking, but Nova you actually find yourself listening to how your own voice sounds like, because it's very interesting. Sebastian's saying interesting things, of course, but you respond. But the thing that you will remember from this conversation is you're not breathing in the in and out way. You're only letting breaths out when you're talking to make the sounds. Normally, your lungs, the new lungs, they seem to be just like constantly rotating, and the air is flowing freely all the time, not just like in and out. And there is probably at least a couple of vents outside your mouth that are doing that. So it's... How does this make you feel?
I would assume I'd notice it first when I don't run out of breath as I just keep talking. I don't need to sort of pause and...
Yeah.
But I just keep sort of responding, small talk and so on. But then I start thinking, I kind of tune Sebastian out a little bit, trying to listen to him as much as I can. But I start slowly drifting away and thinking about what my voice will sound like on camera. Will it be different? Will I be more engaging? Will I get more views because I can talk nonstop now? That kind of thing.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Because there is no need to draw breath, and like if you are in a high stress situation, you probably won't run out of air or be exhausted in a way you'd be with flesh lungs. So this could actually be a very, very good advantage when it comes to, say, combat streaming.
Nice.
So, what do you think?
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of more intrigued than disturbed by this change in myself. I'm more like, how can I profit from this?
Yeah, you have no idea to what the limits of your lungs currently are. So it's very like, well, you have new lungs. What does that mean? Sort of thing. What works differently? There's probably a manual, but does anyone learn anything by reading a manual?
Yeah, I suppose I remember seeing some kind of promo video for Perenne Bionics, which advertised something about having 12% more capacity than the standard model. That's about all I remember.
Yeah,
I just feel good, I suppose.
Yeah, you do. The way it processes oxygen is cream. It's beautiful. Like one of the things that none of you have realized is that you are currently breathing very, very unhealthy air all the time. And with artificial lungs, it's less of an issue than it is with regular lungs. So you're going to be better in many ways.
Yeah, I can feel the extra oxygen. My thoughts are just a little bit clearer. That kind of feeling of having a bit more oxygen in my bloodstream. Would I have to change some kind of, or go in for some kind of filter changes and so on, since I'm filtering the air?
Probably, yeah. You quickly scan through the contract, and yeah, there's regular filter changes and like monthly. There's some sort of it's a part that needs to be changed every month, and the filters are you can change the regular filters by yourself once a week, and the like bigger motor component that needs to be recycled needs to be done every month. So as with cyber parts, usually you are dependent on this technology, and it is not something that you can disregard. Also, well, you need to charge it, but you already need to do the charging for your spine, so this is not a huge difference. You do it while you sleep.
Right. I'm just making notes in my calendar or my planner about, okay, cannot stream then, cannot take a job from Murha then, have to reserve 1 day a month. Okay.
Yeah, and while you do that, you also notice that the bill is quite the cost of the filters is quite high. So it's not going to be cheap. From what you read, you can sort of wiggle it. You can go with the same filters for a couple of weeks. You can self clean them and use them again, but that breaks warranty, and if then anything else goes wrong, it's on you. So that's bad.
Okay.
Where are you heading? Are you heading to just go sleep or celebrate?
I would assume I might be maybe a little bit too gung ho with this new good feeling, and would be going out to celebrate.
Yeah,
Perhaps sort of tagging along with Sebastian.
yeah. Well, Sebastian's not feeling it. He's been by your side while you've been under from the operation, so he's sort of like, his main drive is, oh, finally we can go home and just sleep this off in a proper bed instead of hanging out at the chair beside your bed. What do you do?
Yeah. Come on, just one drink. We'll go to the club you like.
Okay. Let's do that. One drink and maybe some dancing or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I promise you won't sleep in a chair today or tonight. Deal?
Deal.
Okay.
You head to a club, one of Sebastian's favorites. Some like cliched beach decor going on there, and the hits of yesteryear, like aimed at just you. Well, like most of these places, they are directing the specific music towards the person who is listening, so getting filtered through the wire. So this is sort of tuned to your taste, sort of tuned to anyone's taste, but the rhythm is such that everyone can dance to it. So the rhythm stays the same, but the music is a bit different for each and every one of you. The dance floor is loud. There is smoke in the air. There is a lot of chemicals. Your wire lets you know that the composition of air has this and this chemical in it, and it has been filtered and so on. And with the more recreational particulates in the air, there is actually a prompt of, do you want to filter them or allow them in your bloodstream?
Ooh. I would say I'm probably going to just turn the filter off for a second.
Yep. And whatever is in the air, probably just in very small doses, gets in your lungs and through your lungs into your bloodstream, and feels good. Your blood is pumping at the normal pace, but what gets in and so is vastly improved. The music pounds, and Sebastian, after the first drink is and a couple of dances, is ready to go home. You're not tired at all.
Oh, come. What's the time? We've just been here for like 5 minutes, right?
It's been like 25 minutes, and I'm
Sure.
really tired.
I feel great.
You shouldn't
kinda look
probably.
at the-
You probably shouldn't like sort of put strain on those new lungs of yours. We should go home.
I feel great. I'm just like looking at everyone around me, kind of having the time of their lives. And for a moment there, I'm thinking that I'm just going to let Sebastian go home, send him home. I'm going to stay. Then something in me clicks, and I just remember him sitting by me at the hospital. And I just look at him, and this place, been there, done that, right? Let's go home.
And he gives you like his arm. Come on.
I do the very like gentlemanly, like, well, thank you, kind sir, and then let him lead me out.
Yep. You head home. We'll move the camera back a couple of days. You've been doing your side of the recon, but while Requiem and Nova have been doing what they've been doing, Bravo has been boots on the ground, leg working. The area around the crack. The crack is one of the underdeveloped parts of Dawn City, a literal crack in the wall of the massive line city that goes from the sea to deep inland. And the crack, it probably has a sector name and number, but nobody uses it. It's the crack and the surrounding area. Recently, the crack has become the location where the Lynx gang has set up shop, and it would seem that they have something to do with Mikael Starr's predicament, perhaps. At least they had something to do with the previous attempt to extract his spine a few weeks ago. What you've learned so far is about what I said, little more, little less. What would you like to be investigating for the couple of days that the others are sleuthing in cyberspace?
There was one of the things I learned that they were planning on some kind of system attack against some corpo.
Yes.
And it wasn't clear if it was our corporation or someone else.
Yep.
I'd like to investigate and try to track down who they are targeting with this. And if I learned who that is, that could be a hint if links are collaborating with some of our competitors concerning the corporate espionage things. Like, do the links collaborate with either some internal parts in our company or with a competitor that's a threat factor?
Yeah.
So those are more or less what I'm trying to figure out.
Let's see, where have I put your character sheet? One moment. I just had it. Character sheet. There we go. So, Bravo, you are alert, and I'd say that this situation is clear. You're on your home turf. The area of the crack is your home, so you'll blend in here quite easily.
Yeah, and the like the my civilian in character reason for investigation is this. Of course, this is my home. I heard they are doing stuff. I'm just doing my research to just get idea what they want, and anything that's like might be a problem from my friends or family.
Yeah,
and like the kind of thing that someone with might do if they have the possibility.
Yeah. So that's clear, and you are alert. So 3d12 and give me the highest.
So this is a straight roll without advantage.
Yeah. Let's see. What was the? You can get advantage if someone is helping you. I think for this one, I'm not giving you the advantage, but I'm willing to let you have it at some point. They are strangers to your turf, even if you are home there. So 3d
and
12 and the highest.
Yeah. So that's an 11.
Oh, that's an 11. So that's a success with overreaction. Clear, the action succeeds, but there is an inefficient complication of the characters overreacting. They draw unwanted attention, tensions rise, they antagonize some minor third parties such as the cops, and the situation is now standard. So even if it was clear a moment ago, I think this means that you poke a little too hard. Just like make too many questions and draw the attention of whoever you don't want to draw the attention of. I'd say that this is the evening of the second night of your investigation. You've been asking questions. You've been like trying to figure out things. You know quite well what buildings the Lynxes are working from. It's easy to figure out. You know the people. You ask the right questions, and you get to know. Okay, it's that building and that building and that building, and this probably doesn't come as a surprise to anyone. Those are the buildings with the best networks. So it's like the best net access over here. When you start asking about the corpo connection, it gets a bit dicier. People, well, the locals of course don't know anything because the Lynxes are keeping it to themselves. You try asking the local fixers if the gigs that they've been posting would give indication of corporate meddling, but to no avail. And on the second night of your inquiries, you are in probably a bar, and this young, maybe 20, 22-year-old dude comes to you, lots of cyberware, like visible cyberware, not cosmetics, but actual functioning stuff. But clearly the sort that would use it to go online. Cyber Eyes, not as good a brand as yours, but still functional and probably easier to just go online or jack into a service and use visual sense to navigate through those. Comes to you. And the boss wants to talk to you. You've been asking around. Come on.
All right. I'll just finish my drink first. All right.
And the kid leads you upstairs to a corner booth, table in the middle, 2 benches on either side. A nice booth, solid. There are a couple of clearly lynxes wearing the gang colors proudly, red and yellow, very, very bright colors. Sitting on one side, and the other side of the stall is empty, and the kid points at the bench. Yeah, have a seat.
He walks confidently towards the seat, and as he walks, he takes a full scan of the situation, listening to are the other people calm? What's the are there other people with weapons ready somewhere? Like, what's their level of twitchiness?
They aren't twitchy. They're quite calm. There is one firearm and one stun baton, like electric kettle prod, basically, with one of them. And the kid that you came with, he's actually a bit nervous, more nervous than the other two. He's got a stun gun, like a taser, quite like the one Requiem used earlier. But the 2 people at the stall are very calm. Clearly the boss is not armed, doesn't sink to that level. And yeah, it seems like if things are going to go wrong, you're going to get beaten up, not killed.
Okay, very well. I can jam with that. So he sits down, and so
the kid scoots you to move to the far end of the bench and sits beside you. So you are basically in a corner with someone in front of you, someone like in diagonally from you, and someone beside you, and no way out. This is like not the best situation to be in.
Mm-hmm.
But as said, they're calm. They don't seem to be like in at least currently not going to do anything. The boss is well, these are people who love cyberware. They love to enhance themselves. So the boss seems like a nice person wearing it's sort of a motorcycle helmet, but there's a LED display on front with 2 eyes and a smiling mouth. Hard to say anything other than that about the person. they lean forward and with a surprisingly monotone voice, almost robotic, you have been asking about us.
I mean, yeah, you moved into my area, so I got kind of curious. You know how many cousins I have? It's it's a place. It's just things.
It's a local place for local people. I understand. However, I find your line of questions to be, how to put it kindly, too close to home, so I would like you to drop it. I don't like that you are asking if we are working for a corporation. We don't do that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, sorry, it was just have to ask. But yeah, sorry. I know I got kind of sidetracked, and it like
We
yeah.
we are
I shouldn't have gone this long of a bar crawl.
yes.
I should have got it shorter earlier. I gonna work on my alcohol problem, so I completely understand I got sidetracked and stupid with these things. So yes, I'm sorry about this.
There is a small moment of silence, and what you the benefits of having your eyes is that you sometimes see things that you don't necessarily are supposed to. And one of the things is seeing right through the motorcycle visor. So you are seeing the expressions within, and you are seeing also what is being displayed on their heads-up display. And it was a very quick message to a fixer that you have heard of before, called Mr. Feet, that simply reads, the rumor about corporations is false, and we have tracked down the source. What would you like us to do with him? And a reply comes very quickly. Disregard if not threatening. Would seem that if the Lynxes are working with someone, it's a fixer, not a corporation. Are we going to have a problem with you?
Well, no, absolutely not. I'm not gonna ask stupid questions about corpos again. Yeah,
Good.
not gonna happen.
So you are a local, and you have many cousins. Can you
Yeah.
help us a bit?
I guess it depends, of course, but yeah, let's hear it.
There is there is a place in the city infrastructure somewhere in here that is exposing the main cables Is this true?
Uh-huh. I mean, I know people in the Scrapper Guild and stuff, but I'm not sure, like on a straight question. But like, doesn't seem impossible. Like if you think about the crack and the back and forth between the builders and the scrappers and stuff. But is that is that some rumor you heard, or?
We would be willing to pay a good sum of money if we were taken to such an open site.
I guess I could ask. Let's see who could no not them, but I can ask around, sure, but
Do that.
that's
and
not the kind of things I know.
do that. If you come with that information to us, we can be very rewarding. And the kid stands up, and the way out of the booth is open.
All right. Was this one of the this building? This was not one that had some kind of bar or something as a cover, or was this one of their like standalone buildings, not mixed company like the one I investigated earlier?
This is well, they don't own any of the buildings, so any building they are in have other people in them. So if it would have gotten into a brawl, it would have been a bar brawl with locals and them, and then probably old feuds and whatnot.
Okay.
Requiem. A couple of nights into the future from where we were a moment ago, you have been wasting the night away, basically playing computer games, ordering in food, and showering and walking in circles in your room.
Yep.
You had plans to meet Claire in the morning. Have you slept?
What time is it now? Early morning? Or?
Probably somewhere in the very early morning. After all the procrastination.
I think I would have had a very short nap, couple hours. But if it's okay, before, late last night, I would have wanted to have sent a message to Foxman.
Ooh, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. So I'll say the message would have been like just an invitation to jump into a private chat room. Like, just I need to talk to that.
There is a reply, just like thumbs up, and
okay, cool.
They are there.
Okay.
Very low.
I would like to make sure that it's private, so I'm keeping it away from like prying eyes.
Yeah, so very as secure as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what you can do is very much.
Good.
Yeah, Foxman is connecting through a couple of proxies, which means that it's more or less just outline of a person that's talking to you, but still, it's them.
Okay.
Oh,
Excuse me.
no worries. It's what, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
It's actually not 3 a.m. He's probably in another time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. What's up?
I was just doing some work. And I'm not allowed to talk about work, but it's a bit, come across some unsavory characters, and one of them mentioned you.
There is like clear tension in the form of this chalk line in the space, and clearly however they're connecting, they now focus on it a lot more, and there is this, like, the avatar solidifies. What unsavory types?
Well, how about you tell me? It's a private room. No one else can hear us.
One moment.
What are you doing?
And he sets up another layer of security. It's like yours is way better than his, but like he's still doing that. Still putting up that one extra layer just because he's feeling insecure. I'm in a bit of a pickle. I owe a lot of money to the wrong people.
For the game.
Yeah, and well, not our game, but
what game?
Like, remember when Flux Points came to the game, and I found out that you can get Flux Points from doing some other games, and one of the ways is through this casino. And I put in some money, and I don't know what exactly happened, but yeah, and these people, I owe a lot of money to them.
You're an idiot. You're an actual idiot. How much?
Well, it's not the money anymore so much as like and he throws a file, and it's a mercenary contract
on him or on someone else.
On like 3 missions, unspecified, but like in return for cashing in number of debts. So basically, he has sold himself to being a mercenary for 3 unspecified gigs to someone.
To someone, and we don't know who.
Anyone, basically, who
anyone.
like it's an open contract, and that's really stupid.
Is it through links?
It's basically through an app, a bit like Mr. Johnson, but more of the sort of higher caliber jobs. It's, well, to put it in other words, he has sold his time and money and well-being to cover his debts, to do whatever someone asks him to do.
Whatever. So it's not kill this person.
No, it's
That's
just
not what we
like
say,
an
okay.
open contract. You owe us
Servitude.
3
Okay.
servitude. Basically, like anything someone comes up with 3 times.
Okay.
Not good. And yeah, I still owe them. I still owe them. But
Have they asked for anything?
I've done 2 of them. That's why I've missed the games. I've been doing. I've been
What did you do?
Well, the first one was easy. I had to clean up a bloody mess somewhere. Just like make things disappear. Just go clean up a house. That was terrible.
Where was it?
He gives you an approximate address. Nothing that has to do with you. Nothing where you've been. Just like.
I want to keep log of this entire. Yeah. I'm just keeping log of everything.
It's in the like northern area, the uptown, inland, somewhere in like fancy corporate area, and from the sounds of it, it has been quite bloody. Whatever he has been tasked to clean, and the other, I'm still working on it, but.
Tell me what it is. I'll find out eventually.
Yeah. And you see him looking at the layers of security you've set up, and can you promise me that there's no log of this anywhere? No recording of what we're talking about. Technically, you can't, because the corporation can check your wire.
Yeah.
Unless you do something about that.
Yeah. I can't do that.
Then,
but I need to know, basically, if you tell me the job I'm working on, you're a lead right now. Just tell me just tell me the information. If it's not connected, someone else might not be banging at your door in a couple of days. Okay?
Give me a roll. Situation is clear, so there's no like real repercussions from this.
I'm so stressed.
Yes, you're so stressed. And you are prepared, so that's good. 4d12 and the 2 middle, let me know.
Okay. Ooh, gotta roll good. Come on. 7 and a 4.
7 and a 4. I'm being too kind once again, but I'm giving I'm giving you that 7, which is a success. He logs off, and in a couple of hours you receive an anonymous message that has no information whatsoever about who has sent it or what, but it is basically go and go to a location at a specified time, and when things go bad, whatever that means, open fire on the business people there. You don't need to kill anyone, just fire weapons at them.
Okay.
The timing is 1-to-1 to the hacking mission that you have intercepted.
Yep. When is that hacking mission? Is that like soon? Is that like tomorrow or in a few days?
I'd say, for leniency's sake, I don't remember what I actually said, but I'd say that
But for the game's sake,
for the game's sake, I'd say that it's like tomorrow evening. So you have 1 day to prepare for that.
Okay. I share it.
Yeah.
I share it with Bravo and Nova, and I just write, "Look what I found," and I don't apart from that, I don't say anything.
Yeah. Quickly,
just so they know that something's gonna happen. And business people sounds a lot like it will be people from our corporation, so that's why I'm like, look, guess we have to be there.
Yeah. Nova, you have slept for, I'd say, 4 hours, and you are feeling fully rested, completely, like your wire says that you are fully rested. And Sebastian's sleeping very tiredly, and plugged into the recharging machine.
I just look at the time like, why am I up? I guess I'm up. Oh well.
Yeah, you're feeling like you've slept for a full 8 hours or even more.
Yeah, what is the time at the moment?
It's somewhere in the late or like late early morning, so probably something like 5. You came home around 1.
Okay. Well,
and you received a message or have received it, to be precise.
Okay. I kind of put a pin in that for the moment and see if there's any chance of waking Sebastian, but then I kind of quickly dismiss that idea.
Yeah, he looks tired. He looks like really, or should I say that he sounds tired? He's snoring very heavily.
Yeah. I just kind of maybe kiss him on the cheek, let him sleep, maybe put the blanket a little bit like higher, looks like he's shivering a little bit. And then I message back to Requiem that should we meet up? What about Bravo?
You're on mute. Classic.
There we go. No matter how long you use these apps, you always do that. She messages back. I've not heard from Bravo yet.
Not yet.
But we should... I think, is this a diversion? They don't want to kill the corporations. They don't want to kill the business people, but it's a diversion from something.
Bravo messages and replies to the nice catch, Requiem. I also had some findings from my investigation.
We'll turn it into a group message and be like, guess we have to reconvene again.
Yeah.
And make a plan.
Yeah.
Speaking of findings, Bravo, do you return to the links with the information? Because it's easy for you to find. It's an urban legend around the crack that there is an open connection to the main through line of the net here. But if you want to, you can find out where it is.
I was intending on making a very half-hearted attempt at doing it.
Yep.
And letting it I'm gonna ask folks I know, like someone from Scrappers Guild or something, but then not go all the way to investigate thoroughly. Like it's not in my high priorities, and it's gonna make it seem like I kind of forgot about it, and I'm a flaky character or whatever in my civilian life. So it's
it's good for your cover.
I did promise to ask around, but I didn't confirm with a promise that it would solve itself. So yeah.
Is it the meeting room in the morning again, or do you want to meet somewhere else? Meeting room in the morning it is.
Yeah.
Meeting room.
Before we meet in the night, the night before, she'll send them both She'll send them both an encrypted message. This might not work, but I'm going to try something.
Yeah.
She wants to turn her wire off for a couple of seconds so it's not recorded.
Okay. You turn your
Literally
wire
for a
off.
couple.
Yeah. You turn your wire off and the world changes. You've done this a couple of times. There is constantly this layer of artificial sheen over everything that comes from you having a wire. The colors fade away a bit. The sounds. It's actually there's a lot more noise, but also what's missing is the constant ads because they come through the wire. So it's very like someone put like you were watching a movie and then someone showed you the behind the scenes shots. It's that effect of like the world shifts. Sending a message while not wearing a wire or wielding or using is
it will be making a message while not in the wire and turning the wire back on
to send it.
So she's gonna try and make it look like it just flicks out for a couple of seconds and then comes back on.
Yep. This is something that you can do. As I've said, you are so good that you don't have to worry about if you succeed or not.
Good. Oh.
Yeah, as I said, you're good.
Yeah. So she's making a message while it's kaput.
Yeah.
Flicking it back on, and then in the wire it will look, oh look, there's something on top of it, and she'll send that publicly to
both of
to them too.
Yeah,
like an encrypted message.
Yeah, you get an encrypted message. One thing that is nice about the NDA is that it doesn't cover the encrypted messages because those can be in like they might be some other form of secrets. So you can read them without like getting your data read by someone, but you can't write them.
Yeah. Thank God. Okay, so that's what she's done.
What's the message?
When the two guys get it, it will literally have like very briefly like, this is Foxman. whatever you do, don't shoot to kill.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to hurt anyone. Don't shoot to kill.
Yeah, there's
And
a
that's
profile of someone and a message not to kill this person included in the encrypted files. And probably because it's encrypted, you don't want to talk about it. So that's all about that. So I'd say that Requiem, you don't go to Claire. Instead, you go to the meeting just to.
Yeah. I go to. I think if I have her number, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Work meeting.
Yeah.
Rolling eyes emoji. I'm so sorry. Reschedule."
Yeah. And she responds that no worries, I have I have work to do as well.
Yeah.
We'll let's see if we can figure out something else maybe tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
And the meeting room of Murha Corporation, the one that you've been using, it's more or less your headquarters for the team. It has a table and it has a screen, and that's it. There's coffee there now.
Coffee.
But
it's really bad coffee, right? Is it good or bad coffee?
I'd say that it's effective coffee. That means that it's bad in taste, but it's like it wakes you up. So it's effective coffee. It's not good coffee. It's the sort that has
energy drink instead.
Yeah, it's the sort of coffee that's been standing in the pot for the night, so it's thick and black.
So just to be clear, the encrypted message Requiem sent was to Nova and Bravo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it contains the details of Foxman and like Requiem's request of not killing.
Yeah, as the others come to the meeting room, Bravo was probably there a few minutes before. Like he always tried to be keep a good bootlicker cover to be like, yes, I'm punctual and stuff like that. And he has his coffee and he's watching at the people who as you come in. He has a piece of paper he writes on, but he specifically doesn't look at as he writes it, and then he goes and kind of does the not the shake hands, but grabs hand and pats on the shoulder, like, okay, you've been both doing great. I've been having my tactical boar crawl, and we got intel and stuff. And as he did that, he gave Requiem the crumbled up note. And if she reads it, it says with a very bad handwriting because he couldn't see as he wrote it. I didn't check what the no, it says didn't read encrypted message. I can't hear or see anything without my wire, so I didn't, to keep it safe. And then it says don't show or tell me things I shouldn't see.
Yeah.
So Bravo doesn't know.
Bravo doesn't know.
Okay.
It's Nova who is usually the better one with the gun. So. Speaking of legwork and doing intel gathering of your own, I'm for your bar crawl and meeting with the Lynxes. I'm moving the external espionage clock forward 1. Actually, 2, since you did manage to get that with an overreaction. So it's 1 away from being solved.
The
Wait,
corporate
which one?
espionage.
Corporate
Uh,
espionage or internal security threat?
External corporate espionage.
Okay. Nice.
And also because the time has been moving forward, I'm moving the bad things are happening clock forward by 1. So it is now 2 ticks away from being complete. And just as a reminder, when the bad things happening clock finishes, it's ticking, bad things happen. So meeting room, coffee, all your notes.
Yeah. So
One thing for Bravo. Nova has a new pair of lungs. He doesn't breathe normally anymore. You can't really hear his breathing. You just hear this mechanical whir that goes on in his lungs.
how long can you hold your breath?
How long can I hold my breath?
I mean, this probably says in the spec sheet, but like just out of curiosity.
Well, technically you can't hold your breath any longer than before, but like you don't need to hold your breath in most of the situations because there are better filters in
Right.
so it for example in smoke it would just like keep on rotating the smoke and trying to filter in oxygen from that instead of you breathing in smoke and in like getting your bloodstream filled with whatever.
Right. The only exception would be falling in water. I guess that wouldn't work.
Water is bad, and then also like prolonged exposure and some like specifically engineered toxins that are like made to go through that. So there are weaknesses, but they are few.
All right, so no water breathing. Okay, too bad. But yeah, how was your adventures in cyberspace? I didn't quite get what you found out. Something about a vault or something.
If you want me to recap, I can
Yes,
quickly.
please.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking how to recap it. Yeah.
There is information vault. So basically, encrypted data fortress on the public web that is somehow linked to a former CEO of Murha and
Mr. Kirves.
Mr. Kirves, kyllä. Yes. And there is a job to go and open that particular vault and steal whatever is inside at a particular time that is the evening of this day. And the contract is very particular about the time that this needs to be executed. And like whatever is inside has to be then dropped off at a location in the physical world that is very close to the contract that Foxman was given. And I think those are the very important details, and then there's lots of small stuff that is less significant.
And wasn't it that the hacking job seems to be a trap?
Yeah,
That's what we thought, yeah.
definitely. It's way
It's
way
a job,
too.
yeah.
It the pay is way too good for something so easy.
Yeah. So I
It's
share that. It's way too good for.
Yeah, it's a two-man job or two-person job, but Requiem could do it alone. That's like the skill level required is not that big or not that good.
So the thing is, it's obviously a trap, and also what I found, what I sent you guys last night. Maybe there's a diversion, a trap of some kind. Well, it says that you don't have to kill anyone, but they want to make a big scene.
Yeah,
Why do they want to make a big
definitely
scene?
looks like a distraction. Yeah, but considering daily happenings like grenades in the city doesn't hit the news. It needs to be some kind of distraction that's probably very close to something else happening to actually draw the attention of it. When was Mr. Star supposed that one speaking event? Wasn't that still a few weeks?
Yeah,
in the future
not
or something.
Yeah, it's not a few weeks. It's a like a week and a half from now.
Okay, but still like it's still far away in comparison to these. Oh.
And there was a glitch in the stream. So it is probably a diversion, but something locally. That was where we were. So because bigger, like someone shooting something isn't really newsworthy. So it will probably only affect what's happening nearby.
Did we have a location for this?
Yeah, it's in
shoot.
Yeah,
yes, it's in the contract.
Yeah, it's in the southern part of Dawn City, quite close actually to the sector you are at. In the basically sector number 2, which is the sector number 1 is harbor, and then sector number 2 is like the residential and business area with the best view of the sea. It's mostly like conference centers and all sort of public spaces, and this is in like glass dome where, well, it's a
so this is the shoot in the business district center. So whatever conferences or things are going on around might be affected. Can we give a quick scan for what are the kind of events, what public events are known to occur within that timescale in the, say, 10 closest buildings? If we do a quick search, do we find anything interesting?
Public information, so no roles required. There is at that specific moment there is an expo going on. Seems to be like 3-4 different areas in the of interest in the same space, sort of a shared expo. One is telecommunications, then there is media, like entertainment, then what's it called in English? Well, basically, like it has data storage, and the fourth one is basically philosophical, like highbrow, very like the sort of an expo where in our times there would be new age speakers and also like high profile philosophers talking and presenting idea, but because this is the far future, we're talking more AI experts and such transhumanists, people talking about what humanity can be and whatnot. So philosophy side of things. Those are the 4 groups that will be present.
Okay.
Anything doesn't jump out immediately, but that's good too.
Is there anyone present who we know works for Murha Corporation?
Quick internal search says that there are a couple of Murha stands there, so there will be Murha people there. Also, probably from the other corporations as well, the big ones and the smaller ones that work in those areas. Yeah.
But we only have stands, not a big presentation or point in any of the presentations or something.
I'm not going to ask you for a role. There is a presentation from the former CEO. They're promoting their book.
And there was stuff about the former CEO that we found out.
Is that the same former CEO?
Yes, yeah. Mr. Kirves.
Oh, Mr. Kirves. Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
He used to run Murha with a very different philosophy, and was the leader during what period is currently known as the corporate wars, which was basically corporates going against each other in a more direct way than they currently go in boardrooms. There's like those are usually thought to be the dark times of recent past.
Right. So there could be more than one group of interest who might want to distract from his book or presentation or something.
Probably, yes.
Possibly.
Or, controversially, they're hired by the former CEO to make it look like he's not the actual... I mean, that's the easiest way to make it look like you're innocent, is to hire people to shoot in your vague direction.
Yeah, or all publicity is free publicity. I got shot at for my book. Good sales. The hacking vault thing. What was the time frame for it? It was like something that tried to get a contract to get done soon. Did it overlap with the shoot?
It's just before, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just before.
Yeah. So basically, if you were to deliver something, you would be delivering it when the shooting happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so he might be trying to pull a very
elaborate,
interesting publicity stunt by throwing a few hackers under the bus and other things like, standard. Okay. Right. Mr. Kirves, how long gone? Like his former. When did he leave?
I seem to recall something like it's been, I'd say 20 years. He's something like 150 years old or something.
Oh, gee, damn.
But like the time frame that is sort of relevant is that he stepping down was one of the things that were considered to be the end of the corporate wars. The other was starting to build Dawn City, because that was like, okay, now corporations can come together and build this wonderful thing that will change the lives of everyone. So those sort of align the same way, and the time frame is such that none of you have been actively in these battlefields. It's before like your time.
In the before times.
Yes, very very much so in the before times.
BCV, before corporate war.
Yep. Nova, you get a notification that your like follower count is starting to drop.
Uh-oh. When was the stream with the blue letter scheduled?
Probably like tomorrow. Just
Okay.
like after your work shift is done.
Yeah.
I would think that you wouldn't double book with Murha and them. So,
No.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out if I should kind of accidentally leave my stream on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And kind of like maybe try to get that to go viral. Would there be any way to do that without compromising any corpo info? So it would seem kind of candid and real, but then there would be anything that would bite me in the behind later.
I'd give it to you with a roll.
Okay.
If you roll
sure.
well.
Yeah.
Then,
yeah.
So first things first, you are, even though you have been out of the surgery and all, we're still in the mission. So I'm putting you at one harm. So you are at disadvantage for your rolls. So roll 4d12 for me. You're prepared. Do you want someone to help you with this?
Sure. I'm trying to figure out how that would work. Would perhaps Requiem give me some advice on how to sort of circumvent any tricky NDA stuff or any kind of like things that might need to be censored?
Yeah,
Hypothetically speaking, if I accidentally my stream,
Yeah, exactly.
what
It's like, how do we have this conversation? Maybe he starts thinking about it and she just is like playing around with her tablet and she's like...
I mean, hypothetically.
Yeah, if you want to help, it's +1 stress.
No, I'm too stressed. I've got like 11
What about
stress. She's like shaking next to you like this.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an important detail actually to note, that the team is in like, you are not in a good place. Like I think everyone is more or less, well, some of you are less stressed, but like
I am
Bravo
anxiety itself.
Yeah, Requiem and Bravo are completely like very close to a nervous break.
Look at that.
and and Requiem and Nova both have harm, so they've been hurt already once during this mission. So just to be fair to the players, I am seeing that things will go bad really soon. Yeah.
I would probably read the room, kind of like, or read the chat and be like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to bother you with this and just try it on my own, I guess.
So 4d12 and give me the two middle ones.
Okay. That's a 7 and a 9.
7 and a 9. I'm not going to be as kind with this. I'm going to give the 9 to you, which means that you will succeed, but the overreaction probably means that while you will manage to cover like the identities of Bravo and Requiem and Murha Corporation stuff, this doesn't hold for any other like entities that you might encounter. So basically, if you meet with some other corporate sort or gangers or whatever, they're not censored. They're very much who they are. So this might bite you in the behind later.
I'm drawing a lot of attention.
Yeah, just not from Murha. That's
Yeah.
yeah. You make very very good adjustments so that the identities of your team and the corporation you're working for are covered. And it's basically like it starts streaming whenever the action starts. You don't have to say it, especially at that point.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you did that. Then there is the question of how you're going to proceed.
Yeah. Any ideas? Do we let Murha know that we think that something's going to happen, or do we go there and try and intercept it, or what do we do?
Yeah, there is also like the question of if you want to let Murha know that Claire is the one who hired the hackers. So that's a clear internal thing. So poking at that, yeah.
Wait, she hired which hackers?
She hired the two hackers to
open the vault, and Requiem stole the contract. Well, reasonably or very very nicely asked for the contract for herself, and now possesses it instead of two random hackers.
Actually, yeah, I would. That's an internal threat. So yeah, I will. Now that I feel bad. Requiem feels bad, but she would let Murha know that, because that's our job, isn't it?
Yep.
When I investigated links and about the system attack and other things, did I figure out about is this overlapping time-wise with that?
It would seem that no.
It was.
The system attack seems to be a separate event, but it, like time-wise, would fall somewhere after these. So it's probably like tomorrow or the day after that. It's not happening today. You know that much from like. You probably heard that some of them are taking a drive off to the desert and coming back, so they're not going to do anything major today.
And the fixer that the Lynx boss was chatting with while I was there, was it Mr. Feet or was it some other fixer?
Mr. Feet.
And it was explicitly Mr. Feet was essentially ordering the Lynx boss on what to deal with me, so it was kind of like
they're working.
The Lynx gang or the boss seemed to be reporting to the fixer, which makes the fixer not as much of a fixer, but actually has like a pull on a bigger scale than seems reasonable. Oh yeah, did I tell you that the Lynx were trying to find about the exposed cable to the like city wires and cables?
What?
That was kind of a thing I ran into when I was asking a bit too many questions. I was like asked if I could help with. Of course, I was kind of like I did a very half-assed job and obviously didn't figure out too much about it, but it seems like relevant to the potential attack they were thinking of doing.
Okay, so
That
what would
could
they
be useful.
do? What would they do with a exposed wire?
I mean, the direct being able to hook up to some of the power or information cables that runs through the city, like the core infrastructure. I guess it could be like either communicating with the metro subway thing, or some of the other like actually core parts, like some of the, I mean, isn't some of the things you have to actually hook into them to be able to hack or
Yes,
whatever. So
most of the
it's
things.
probably something very, very potentially very interesting to hook into.
Yeah, like from Requiem's point of view, this would be like given the keys to the infrastructure of the city,
Yeah.
like getting your your like physical connection to the data stream. It's like you've been doing it through the wire more or less. This like using using communication and such. Getting there, it would be like incredibly stupid. First of all, because of all the rogue AIs on the net, but also you could do some serious effects with it, harm and good.
Should we give Murha what we know now? Should we let them know about Claire and the exposed wire and Mr. Kirves now? Because they can.
The Mr. Kirves thing, I think we should definitely mention. Like, the threat model for Mr. Kirves is so vast that I'm not surprised if we have some other sections of Murha actually running psyops on him already or something. So this is like, okay, he's one of our former guys, so it's definitely interesting to someone.
Okay, so maybe I'll send a message about that and Claire to Mr. Starr now.
Yeah. About 3 seconds later, the conference room wall lights up, and Mr. Starr is there. Perfect teeth, very perfect skin, very perfect hair, and so on, and smiling. Hello. So, you have some interesting intel. Does this have to do with the potential threat against me?
That's what we think it might be.
Okay.
And then I'll. Yeah.
Like, if you're going to the expo and talk to Mr. Kirves, could you please get him to sign a copy of his book for me?
Well, I think sure, but I think, and then I'll just share the thing where it's like, at this time, at this place, there's going to be open fire. She just shares that with.
Okay, so get the signature before that.
Sure.
Yeah, and this Claire person, they seem interesting.
Yeah, they do, especially since they have a lot of intel on different Murha employees.
Yes.
And since they hired, and then I post the job, which is go to this vault to him.
Yes.
So we think it might be a big old trap.
Okay, don't get caught in the trap. And this is an order, so if you do, you're not getting compensated. So don't get caught in that. And then I think you are onto something. I think this is interesting. This Claire, what have you sent like the whole dossier on Claire, or just the latest info?
Oh, the obviously, if he's not read anything, I'll send the whole thing. I'll be like,
and he's like, quickly reads, like speed reads through it, and okay, yes, this Claire person has been present at a number of different occasions where there has been some rearrangement of people. I'll do my best to keep clear of her. And yes, so I won't be attending the expo. I was going to go there. I don't think I will now. But yes, get me a copy of Mr. Kirves' book and get him to sign it to Lauri from an old mentor.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Ding.
And Requiem will just throw her hands in the air like. So, what's our plan?
There is a stunned silence.
Kind of
Are you asking the muscle?
That ended up being kind of like order for us to be present there in some capacity, while not getting caught in the interesting bits.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's like, yeah. But like he pointed out, like some of this information we have just gathered isn't clearly connected. So it's like I need at least a few hours to like process everything we've gathered now and think back at, like, I'll go through stuff about earlier and things before I make an decision. Like, God knows, my on-the-spot decisions and things, you remember when things have escalated. Let's take our time to process them.
Okay, I could go put a camera near this vault so we could see who takes the bait.
Camera near the vault, wasn't it like in
It's in cyberspace. That it's an information vault.
It's in cyberspace. Okay.
I said it's something that you can.
I can screen record that.
Yeah.
I can hide myself and screen record whoever hacks it.
It's quite likely that no one will, since you have the contract.
Oh yeah, I have a contract. Damn it. So the question is, do I do this contract or do I just let it expire?
Yeah. That's a really good question.
You concluded it's likely to be some kind of trap, and handing it the information was going to happen at around the same time as the expo and Mr. Kirve's
Mhm.
like presentation. So right.
Well, you can always go and take a look at the vault. Just like do some reconnaissance,
Okay,
investigation,
that's true.
and or the expo site. Set up shop there.
She'll look at the vault now. It's not the right time, but she'll have a look at it.
Yep. Give me a roll of. I think we are back at clear. This is like you're just doing recon. It's not the most dangerous thing ever. So 4d12 unless someone wants to help. Helping.
If I can help in some way, I will.
Yep. That's one stress for you, and Requiem gets to roll 3 dice instead of 4.
Okay.
And let's figure out first how Nova helps.
Yeah, so you're checking out the vault.
The cyber vault, yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering what could I run some kind of interference?
Can you just stream, and then I can somehow, if he's streaming really loudly, like live streaming, I can kind of.
Then you get in the zone.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hi guys, here we are, and blah blah.
Yeah, you
I was
set up
thinking
stream.
I could scramble the signals.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So it's not clear that someone's there.
Yeah.
But sure, just 80s synth music, go.
Yeah. Okay.
Montage.
So 3d12 and give me the middle one.
Middle one. Okay. Oh my god. Well, I rolled 2 1s and a 2.
So that's a 1.
Would that make it what? That.
Yeah, the middle one is
God.
1. You've already tapped your cyberware for this mission, so you can't do that. So with this being a clear situation, the action fails, or you can keep on trying, but the situation goes to standard, or your state goes up 1 to alert. Situation going standard means that you might be triggering any traps that are there. Yeah.
If I just leave it,
nothing happens.
I still have to go to alert? Nothing. Yeah, I'll just leave it.
Yep. If you leave it,
she's annoyed. She's like, "Oh, damn it! Whatever."
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Even with the failure, I'll give you that it's old tech. It's like in our term, like real world terms, if we're talking about a modern city, it would be like the ruined castle next to the city. Like it's sort of old architecture, old tech, but that probably is the reason why you can't get close enough to it, because it's like it's annoyingly old. Like your protocols are way too modern and sophisticated for it, and then you're just
can't
like, okay,
run it.
Yeah,
my system's too advanced. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can go to the expo site, maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
If you don't have any like better ideas, we can just skip to the like end of the day when things are starting to happen, and see what happens there.
I'm trying to process all the new and old information, and like nothing crystallizes like here on the spot. So I'm like, I guess we could move on, but it's like.
Well, we could go to the expo site now and look at what it looks like before the end of the day, if that's worth doing. That's basically what we can do now before skipping.
Yeah.
Yeah. The expo site is, as said, at the waterfront sector of Dawn City. It's beautiful. It's basically the area is just one glass structure after the other. It's made so that you can see as much as possible, whereas rest of Dawn City is covered by these two walls that act as solar panels and create a different sort of feel of quite claustrophobic. This is very open, wide space. There is a view to the harbor. There's lots of ships there moving like materials from and to the city. The expo site is divided into these 5 or 6 different glass domes, and as it's morning, the people who are setting up stands are setting up stands, and like it's not the expo day yet. It's opening in a couple of hours, so you are sort of watching the place get built up. Security seems to be quite relaxed. Like there is some security turrets, and actually Nova, I'd say you can tell that even if it looks relaxed, it's probably automated very well. So if something happens, there will be like the turrets will start firing.
All right, I would relay this information to the others.
So the security level is quite good, actually. The crowd is very like from one end to other. There are a lot of technicians. The people from Murha are mostly like nerds. They look the part that they are here to promote whatever new technologies Murha is creating. And then besides those, there's like old school salesmen who are like dressed to the teeth and very much ready to sell like ice to Eskimos. And then there are those spiritualists who are like from one end of the like transhumanist spectrum to the other. People who have changed how they look, to people who have changed the way they are, basically no longer recognizable as human per se, and a lot of people. It's a crowd already, and the expo hasn't even started.
Are any stands built yet that say like Murha?
Probably
Mr. Kirves' new stand.
There is like publisher stand with like big promotional pictures of Mr. Kirves being set up as you speak, and the books are being towed into the like stand there, and they're actually, he seems to be there, like
I'll go and fill part of our job then, shall I? And go and ask for the autograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Kirves is, well, he's 150 years old, but looks something like in his late 50s. His skin is chrome. his hair is probably some sort of optic fiber. His muscles are nanostrings and whatever. Like, there's probably not that many cells of actual humanity left in him. And he looks at you, and with a voice that seems to have an echo of its own, he speaks. Hello, child.
Wow, I haven't been called that for a long time. Hi. My boss would like your autograph, if that's okay.
He looks at you, and you're probably wearing Murha uniform since this is on the job.
Yeah.
Oh, he grabs one of the books and like opens it up on the first page.
Yeah.
And so who?
And I'll say I'll say the phrase you said.
Yeah,
I can't exactly remember.
To Lauri from a former mentor or something like that.
Yeah.
And he starts writing it, and he looks like, oh, Lauri, you work for Lauri Star.
Yes.
Oh.
He doesn't go by that first name anymore, but yeah. He's our boss. He heard you were here and wanted an autograph.
Oh, he's in town?
Yeah. He's at the offices, I guess.
Oh, interesting. I'll have to tell him that I'd love to talk to him. It's been way too long.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, child. And he turns around and helps organizing. Like, he is the sort of person that wants the books to be lined up perfectly. So while the other people are organizing or sorting the books into the table, he's like, okay, moves them like 2 millimeters to the right, and you move back to the rest of the team.
Yeah.
With a book.
With a book. Yeah. I kind of wave the book and go.
Oh, you got
one
it.
part of our job. And then I kind of open it and point at the name, like.
Oh, wait, what? A Lauri Star.
Yep.
Can I do a quick search for this new name we've found out?
Yeah. A quick search.
Nothing encrypted. I'm literally just doing what comes up.
Yeah, you're just like Googling it.
Yeah, I'm Googling it.
Yeah. The name Lauri Star comes up with quite a few hits. He is one of the old guard of Murha Corporation, like from the days of Mr. Kirves being in charge. One of the like higher ups. You could call him like some sort of a unit commander or something.
So it's not Mikhail Star. Is it his dad? What?
Hard to say.
Or has he changed his name? This is what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, how old is Mikhail?
Yeah. Did Mikhail change his name, or is this like Mikhail's dad?
How long is Mikhail's corporate record? Like.
Yeah, that would require a roll from Requiem. I think she is the person who is capable of finding this out. The situation is clear still.
Okay.
Does someone want to help?
Right. Someone
I've
share
got
the stress with me.
to expare. I've got stress to spare.
Yeah, you
Okay,
and this is easily explained as like you both do the searching and such.
Yeah.
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 I'm kind of intrigued about this connection.
Yeah. Middle one.
Middle one, which is a 9.
9, that would be an overreaction at the moment. It would take 2 expense to get that down to a normal success. I'm very ready to give you an overreaction on this. Like
What
just
does that mean?
that means
How much will it bite me in the arse if it's
yes,
an overreaction? That's what I'm trying.
of course it will.
Yeah.
It'll totally bite you in the butt.
Yeah, but how much? Because the thing is, I'm already super stressed, so that's some trauma. Do I also want to be in debt as well?
Yeah.
Then again, I'm already screwed, so I can just go full in.
Yeah, the overreaction would cause your like there will be a consequence, and the situation goes up to standard, which just makes it a bit more dangerous. So
Okay, so I am going to pay because I have a feeling it's going to go down tonight, which I'll need. Yeah, I'm gonna use money so I can then change a role later because I have a feeling I'll really need it later.
yeah.
2 expense, is it?
Yeah, 2 expense, and I'd say that software, and of course you have your own. That would make it actually 1 expense.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, one expense.
Yeah.
Because you have your DigiHack board.
Indeed.
Yeah. Also, that I. The thing is that it also gives you stress, but you're at it's gonna give you 1 more stress, so you're at 12 stress. It's gonna be
11 or 12 really isn't that big of a difference at this point.
It's almost the same.
I am traumatized.
So Morhamin's DigiHack board and software, just like mark those and give yourself that 1 stress and 1 expense. That brings you down to 7, which is a normal success, which means you don't go overboard and start like poking in the wrong databases. Mikael Star's corporate records and all other records are maybe some like 15 years old.
Okay.
And there is no like if you follow back, there is no personal history there. It's like there's no family to speak of or anything.
Okay. So he's changed his name. That's what we can deduce from this, right? He's changed his name.
That sounds quite possible.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going with.
With a success, I'm going to give you something else from another thing about this Lauri person. One of the, like, with your Googling, one of the images that you see is him and Mr. Kirves and a certain Claire in the same image.
Oh. That's why he didn't care when I went, look, this Claire is interned. There we go. Now we know. Doesn't give a
Yeah. He doesn't really give a
Then he should have told me that before I went and caused myself all this stress trying to poke around in her flat.
Yeah. And that's a perfect place for us to call it for the night. And next time we'll be going into the expo and possibly an ancient vault. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll hopefully see you in a few weeks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.